Out to our Fox Valley tornado coverage. State and federal disaster teams will be on the ground today in Winnebago and Outagamie counties. They're assessing damage following the July 27th EF3 tornado. Officials didn't give an exact location or time for these surveys. Local, county, and FEMA officials are going door to door to officially validate property damage. These visual inspections help determine if Wisconsin qualifies for federal disaster aid. Officials stress that inspectors will have identification. They do not charge money and they do not need to enter your home. If you need immediate assistance, you can call 211. Menasha officials clearing up some confusion this morning, confirming that out-of-town contractors are fully allowed in the city for tornado repairs. The city's asking workers to keep heavy equipment and dumpsters off the streets to prevent blocking utility crews. And people in Menasha, you're urged to photograph all damage, verify your contractor's credentials, and get all agreements in writing before the work begins. You can find complete tornado coverage and cleanup efforts at WBAY.com/tornado. And to donate to those local organizations that are helping victims, you can visit WBAY.com/links.